Each performance earns percentage points relative to the winning score of 100. The man currently with the highest number of points is Alec Riddle.
Well, you know, when I first entered the Ultraman, I thought first three, and I keep on surprising myself. And I would have thought top 10 in Comrades, but I might surprise myself and do even better. I've done Comrades once. I did 6 hours, 3 minutes in my first attempt. It was mainly just to go out there and look and see what it's all about. I was about 200th at the 30k mark. I came flying through, running close to 320k over the final 5ks. So I know that I can go a lot faster. I learned a lot, so I got a lot of confidence knowing that I can do the distance. And if my legs recover quickly now, which I think they will, I'll be right there.
Nick Bester, the defending champion, is confident he can hold off the Riddle challenge.
Wel, ek is nie op hierdie stadium bekommerd dat ek in die tweede plek is nie. Ek was verlede jaar in dieselfde posisie gewees voor die begin van die Comrades. Danny Bix was voor my gewees en ek moes hom met 20 minute wen om die Ultraman te wen. En ek weet hierdie jaar is dieselfde geval. As ek 'n goeie Comrades het, behoort ek weer die Ultraman te wen. So alles hang van die Comrades af en ek is op hierdie stadium baie positief daaroor.
The competition among the women has been intense, and it has come down to a duel between these two women, newcomer Pauline Cound and defending champion Sally Bantock.
On Comrades Day, I'm going to run my own race. I don't think it's a race that you can race against someone else. I know what I'm capable of doing, and I'm going to go out with that in mind and nothing else really.
Going into Comrades, I'm feeling very apprehensive, nervous because of the distance of the race and never having run a race of that distance before. Yet hopefully confident because I can run the race that I want to run and not have to run Sally's race, having an hour in the bag, as it were.
And so to the big race today. Sally Bantock has to finish well clear of Pauline Cound if she wants to retain her title. And up front, Nick Bester and Alec Riddle are both going for gold, and for that elusive Voltaren Emulgel Ultraman title. We'll know the outcome later today.
The recorded cockcrow of Max Trimborn set them on the way. Terrific atmosphere, a lovely morning. Just 19 degrees and not a cloud in sight.
Massive runners going through, some 12,000 of them, multitude of colors, the rabbits running out in the beginning.
Ahead of them, hills and even more hills. All the way up through Berea Road, and up the hill they go towards the Berea, over the top 45th cutting, Cowie's Hill, a flat through Pinetown, and then up the massive Fields Hill. And it took just 6 minutes for them to cross the start line.
Thousands of runners coming through, all of them wondering what would lay ahead for the future. Like him, many wondered what their future would be. Would they complete or would they not?
483 clubs from all over the country, and all shapes and sizes, all modes of dress, and everyone out there enjoying themselves. A lovely day, the sun shining down on the tarmac, and in the lead group early on, but behind the fast TV runners, was the Bruce Fordyce bus, the group that runs with him all the way, keeping onto his impeccable pace, but sometimes hindering him and getting in his way. And really, Bruce doesn't like running in this bus, which tends to break up on the big Fields Hill. Sean Nicholjohn in the red with a stripe, Nick Bester in the front there, Eloy D'Oliveira from Savages, and the great man himself, looking comfortable and relaxed as he always does early on.
Mark Page, together with Jetman Masutu and Boise van Staden, the early leaders.
And that was on the long downhill stretch from Buertus Hill. Jetman Masutu, who picked up a gold 2 years ago, took the lead together with Boise van Staden, but Mark Page caught them on the long downhill towards the halfway point at Drummond. And these three were to run together for the next 30 kilometers.
Page looking very strong as he continued up the hill, finally breaking away from Boise van Staden and Jetman Masutu.
After passing through the halfway mark at Drummond in 2:47, which is a relatively slowish time, the two of them broke away from Boise van Staden, Jetman Masutu from Genman, and Mark Page. And this is where the race really began. At this stage, the lead was 4 minutes over the Fordyce bus. Bruce and his group lying in the teens there, with him on the right, Mishak Radebi, and on the left in the green shorts there, Anton Nyaba, Nick Bester in attendance. And this is where the race really got going. Would Fordyce catch Mark Page as he sped away from Masutu, who had had trouble with cramps up at Umlaas Road, and Mark Page was now on his own.
Page making his early break, similar to the break he made in 1988. The big question on everyone's mind is, would he survive?
Well, survive he did, all the way to the middle of Toby Shorts. Jetman Masutu struggled. In second place, was passed by runner after runner after runner. But Mark Page, his head down, his determination showing, held on to first place.
The drama began to take its toll. Jetman Masutu finally caught by cramp. The Fordyce bus moving up with Isaiah Charlie and Mishek Radebi. Charlie having an excellent run again.
And the three of them were reeling in Mark Page stride by stride.
Also having an excellent run was Nadine Harrison, who last year finished third and this year hoped for glory. Would she get it? The question on everybody's mind. Would she be able to get through this field?
All the way through, the ladies' race was wide open. Ahead of Nadine in second and third places. On the right, Annette Skuman with the white cap, and on the left of the picture, a former winner, Lindsay Waite. But ahead of them in first place, early on, was Savage's Linda Hepburn. Could she hold on for victory and a turn up for the books? Continually in the top 5 in the ladies' section was Jameson Kelly's Jean Cooper. Running comfortably throughout the race, she would finish in the top 5. But the battle up front continued. Mark Page on Polly Shorts, the nemesis of so many Comrades runners. All of a sudden, the willpower ran out. And Mark stopped. Behind him, forging ahead with every stride, was his teammate from RAC, Bruce Fordyce. And Mark Page afterwards said that he had low blood sugar and really didn't know where he was at that point.
The master, Bruce Fordyce, all the time stalking his prey. Polly Shorts, his favorite haunt. Would he be able to overtake him?
And it certainly looked like Fordyce was heading for his 9th victory at this stage as an exhausted Mark Page plodded his way up to the top of Polly's. And the two of them met as they did 2 years ago. A brief greeting, and the great man was on his way.
Fordyce urging Page to come with him at all times, but Page just didn't have it left.
The time heading for 5 hours and 15 minutes and a relatively slow winning time. Afterwards, Fordyce said that it was hot and difficult. The conditions were not ideal today. One of the slowest winning times in many a year for the Comrades.
Fordyce, the great tactician, moving away on Polly's, his favorite haunt. Nothing could stop him now.
Meanwhile, back at halfway, the 5.5 hour cutoff. And would he make it? Certainly not. Looked like a member of the flying squad there.
Give him a big hand. He just missed it.
Very disappointing to get to halfway and miss the cutoff by 2 seconds.
The master coming in with the baton in his hand for his 9th victory. An athlete who some people can still not believe could achieve what he has done. Running as smoothly as ever, coming in for his 9th victory.
And waiting for him at the finish was his sister Una, just fresh from her run in the London Marathon. The running Fordyces certainly made their mark today. There's the blonde Una, all the way from London for the big occasion. Nancy, his mother, in the background. A great family occasion for Bruce and his family. Not a very fast winning time, but certainly Bruce, as always, was delighted with his 9th victory and his 11th gold medal, equaling Alan Robb's inimitable record.
Mark Page still battling to get up the hill, closely followed by Hosea Charlie, the evergreen Hosea Charlie, Hoss as he's commonly known, moving steadily past Mark Page. Would he be the second man home?
Rumour has it that Hoss doesn't get tired because he can't see the hills through his hat, but certainly much stronger than Mark Page, as was Mishak Radebi, who challenged for 3rd place up Jesmond Road. And past he goes. Mark Page, somehow one feels, having not won, just settled for a gold.
Was the drama of 88 again to unfold? Would Page still be able to finish in the top 10? Isaiah Charlie triumphantly coming in for second place to gain his 9th gold medal, once again proving that there's no substitute for experience. A class of 77 triumphing again.
And third was Mishak Radevi, the second Rocky Roadrunner over the line, a delighted man and looking very strong at the finish. He joins the first 2 gold medalists just after the finishing line. And in 4th place, an exhausted Mark Page comes in the second RAC man home. He didn't win, but he really tried, and a brilliant race by Mark Page. Courageous and strong, and in 5th place, the Frenchman Jean-Marc Belloc, proudly wearing number 284, running legitimately. Sixth was Ephraim Sekotlong, the third RAC man, and repeating his gold medal of last year, and setting up 1, 2, 3, the first 3 RACs for the Gungadin, and Boise van Staden, early leader, hung on very well to finish in 7th. The first Natal man home.
8th, Sean Nicholjohn. Courageous run by him. 2nd gold medal for Sean. Closely followed by Gary Turner from Benoni Nordens, the surprise of the day.
So after all, the Benoni Nordens club got their gold after all. In 10th place, Nick Bester. He'd so badly wanted to win this, but he had to settle for a gold and nevertheless won the Ultraman competition. With Frith van der Merwe out of the field, the ladies' race was a seesaw affair, with the lead changing hands a number of times. And at the end, it was Lady Smith's Nadine Harrison, 2 better than last year, and she was 3rd last year, 1st this year, clutching those roses that were handed to her by the appreciative crowd at Ladysmith. She crosses the line in 7 hours and 2 minutes.
The joy on Nadine's face was soon to be experienced by Onderstepoort's Annette Skuman, who came in for 2nd lady, and a fantastic run by her, carving her way through the field.
The 3rd place was always in doubt, and it was backwards and forwards, the pressure on all these girls to get into the top 3. And coming through was DAC's Dieta Blanche. She was 3rd in the 2 Oceans, and this time she was 3rd in the Comrades Marathon. A trouble-free run for her, and another happy lady at the finish.
Quick run through the whole lot of them at a glance. Bruce Fordyce, his 9th win. Isaiah Charlie, much to everybody's surprise, in 2nd place. Mishak Radevi, a novice, running his first Comrades. Mark Page, disappointment for him, 4th place. Joy for Jean-Marc Belloc, the visitor from France, as you heard, running officially in 5th place. Ephraim Sekotlong, Boise van Staden, Sean Nicholjohn, Gary Turner, and Nick Bester in 10th place. Just for the record, last year's winner, Sam Shabalala, came in 13th. Right, that's the Comrades Bowl official results, the women's gold medalists. Nadine Harrison, who never thought that she'd be the winner of the Comrades this year. Annette Skuman, Dieta Blanche, Tilda Turl, and Jean Cooper. As you can see, all ready and waiting to get underway. It's a daunting thought that the Comrades is more than 2 marathons, and they don't call this year's race the Up Run for nothing. From sea level, and there is the famous cockcrow from Max Trimborn. They'll know that the starting gun is only a matter of a few seconds away now. What began as a joke, there they go. The cockcrow from Max Trimborn began as a joke among the lads in the early days. It's more than traditional, it's become enshrined as legendary ritual. The guys at the front are traditionally known as the Rabbits. They go out fast and furious. But it's doubtful whether they can maintain that sort of a pace. From sea level, this mass of humanity has to run and climb to an altitude of some 800 meters. And although you wouldn't think so, it's not a lark or a picnic. Despite the banners and the flags and the funny hats, it's a serious test of fitness and stamina. Most of these hopefuls will be fine as far as the halfway mark at Drummond. But then the daunting realization sets in that to
baie swaar gaan kry. Ons gaan heel wat van hulle vir u wys in die loop van die middag. Ons gaan nog terug gaan na Polly Shorts om hulle vir u te wys. Op die oomblik is dit almal atlete wat nog besonder goed lyk. Min van hulle sukkel, toon krampe, verbande. Min atlete dus ver geval. Maar as jy sê, die groot drama gaan laatmiddag begin kom. Wanneer veral die tyd op die pad sy tol begin is.
Later this afternoon, when we see the last hour of the Comrades Marathon, that's when the real heroes enter the stadium. The moment they look so happy, they look so overjoyed.
Het lijkt dus een man en een vrouw wat daar samen hardloop.
You're going to identify your beloved ones, you're going to cheer them.
John Count en sy vrou. Ja, ons het 'n atelier hier ingerig net langs die een van waar ons kommentaar doen hier by die Jan Smit Stadion en Gerald de Kok het 'n gas daar in die atelier. Kom ons skakel oor na hom.
The daunting realization sets in that to complete the race, you've just got to run as far as you've run again. And that's when the Comrades becomes a real curve.
En soos vir die dag vorder is die skare besig om aan te groei hier by die Jan Smit Stadion. Soos vir die hardlopers klaarmaak, kom hulle ondersteuners, hulle helpers, hulle vriende wat langs die roete was. En hier teen die einde van die dag sal hier seker goeie 20.000 mense teenwoordig wees vir die laaste hoogtepunt om 5 uur vanmiddag van die skootfinaal klap. En atlete wat dan nie in is nie kwalifiseer vir die bronsmedalje nie.
So many interesting people, famous people from all walks of life running in this Comrades Marathon. I believe ex-Springbok rugby player Burger Kaltmate, this is his first Comrade. We'll still be looking for him. Former Springbok rugby captain Wynand Swartman is running. Many other well-known people, celebrities running in the Comrades Marathon. We'll be looking for them, but you believe me, it's going to be difficult to identify all these people. But everybody is famous. Everybody running in a Comrades Marathon is a well-known celebrity.
Hierdie atlete lyk almal nog in hierdie stadium besonder goed. Maar so oor 'n uur of 2 gaan ons die sukkelaars begin sien. Volgens die weerbureau se voorspelling sou die maksimum temperatuur hier op Pietermaritzburg vandag 18 grade Celsius wees, wat nie te erg is nie. Maar daar buite op die teerpad is dit sekerlik hoër as 18 grade. En die atlete wat tussen 3 uur en 5 uur nog op die pad is, hulle is die mense wat baie swaar gaan kry. Ons gaan heel wat van hulle vir u wys in die loop van die middag. Ons gaan nog terug gaan na Polly Shorts om hulle vir u te wys. Op die oomblik is dit almal atlete wat nog besonder goed lyk. Min van hulle sukkel, toon krampe, verbande. Min atlete dusver geval. Maar as jy sê, die groot drama gaan laatmiddag begin kom. Wanneer veral die tyd op die pad sy tol begin is.
Drama later this afternoon when we see the last hour of the Comrades Marathon. That's when the real heroes enter the stadium. The moment they look so happy, they look so overjoyed.
Het lijkt dus een man en een vrouw wat daar samen hardloop.
You're going to identify your beloved ones. You're going to cheer them.
John Count en sy vrou. Ja, ons het 'n ateljee hier ingerig net langs die een van waar ons kommentaar doen hier by die Jan Smit Stadion en Gerald de Kok het 'n gas daar in die ateljee. Kom ons skakel oor na hom.
Indeed we do.
Nie net wat die afstand betref nie, soms is hy 'n bietjie verder, soms 'n bietjie korter as wat vandag die geval is. Ook toe die nuwe paaiestelsel in aanbou is. In Durban byvoorbeeld het hy geëindig soms by Greyville, die perdewedrenbaan. Het geëindig by Hoy Park, het geëindig by die Durbanse Universiteit. Maar dit lyk nou asof dit gevestig raak, 'n permanente roete. En dat dit elke jaar by die Jan Smit Stadion sal eindig en in Durban by die Kingsmead Cricket Stadion.
I believe this year's course is about 200 meters shorter than on the last up run. And that is due to the start being moved a little bit down the road to accommodate the runners more efficiently.
Er het in elk geval geen saak gemaak wat enige rekords betref. Die feit dat die route 200 meter verskil het, die van 2 jaar gelede nie. Marleen Loewenstein daar in beeld. 'n Nooitjie wat net 32 jaar oud is. En sy het dusver 3 bronsmedaljes ingeoes. Lekker kaal middellyfie wat sy hier vertoon op hierdie amperse lentedag kan amper 'n mens amper sê in Pietermaritzburg. Haar vorige beste was in 1985 toe sy die Comrades voltooi het in 9 uur. En vandag 8 uur en 18 minute is die horlosie op die oomblik. Jackie, toe jy net nou 'n rukkie die kommentaar op het was, het ek die opmerking gemaak dat dit vir my opmerklik is hoeveel atlete het vandag die Comrades vinniger gehardloop as wat hulle vorige beste tye was. En dit lyk vir my asof die mense besef, hulle kan nie sommer net gaan en probeer om die Comrades te hardloop nie, al het hulle gekwalifiseer met 'n standaard marathon.